Well, hello friends, and welcome back. We are going to focus on some more interior design, of course. And I thought it would be kind of fun to teach wall decorating in sort of an organic flow. So we're gonna walk through my house. I'm gonna talk about things that I look for when I'm shopping for wall decorations, the ways that I like to do a gallery wall and 3D decorations, and we're just gonna go along and see it in context. I think that can be really helpful when we're trying to do decorating. So we're starting at the front door. I have this I would call a mini gallery wall, just a piece that I found at Brimfield, adding in an old antique key that doesn't really do anything, but I liked the balance of the three pieces. And so even if you have more utilitarian type switches and things, sometimes you can make them look old and work them into a little mini gallery wall and make it look more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so then let's swing around to this side of the room. Okay, moving around the room. Now this is an example of a piece that I would get. I got this at an antique mall, and actually I think it was the Home Decorators. Do you guys remember that? If that was during your time, you might remember this was a very famous piece that they sold. But anyway, I love great big gaudy ornate sort of gilded looking frames. I always want to get that. I always want to get anything that looks like it's been oil painted. Now this one isn't, of course, but if it has sort of that rough texture-y look, I like that a lot. I like sort of a solemn person. A portrait shot is always one I'm drawn to. And then I will add lighting to my wall if you can. I know this is not feasible for everyone. Sometimes you can get sconces that they have cords, looks great, and it just has a little tube that goes on the wall. That's a good option, like if you're renting or something. But think outside of the box of a picture frame on a wall, and think about maybe adding in an art lamp over the top of it or a sconce near it. Okay, now this is an example of a place that you can put artwork that's a little bit more interesting than just putting it on the wall. This is a piece from our line that we had in our spring decor box. It's bucolic. I mean, anytime you find a farm scene or with sheep or cows or something, it's usually a beautiful piece. It's something that I would have on my shopping list. But I've added it in front of a window, and you can also do this on a bookshelf if you want it to look more like a library and you don't need the books all the time. You hang a picture on the outside of a bookcase or a window like this. And then I love to add ribbon. So I'll show you how I do it. I literally have two nails. One is for the picture and one is for the ribbon. The ribbon's not actually doing anything, but see how it creates that illusion that it's being held by a beautiful ribbon. And this, I mean, I know it looks all fancy, but it's just two bows layered on top of each other. Okay, let's swing around and we're gonna look at a gallery wall. Okay, gallery walls are some kind of love language because they have been around for hundreds of years. They are classic. I know they are also trendy, but they are surely classic, and they will also stay around for a lot of people. And so that just simply means you're grouping things all together to make one big statement piece. I have a homemade bulletin board here. You can find this on my blog. It's a knockoff from Ballard Designs. And then I'm working my way. I'm gonna fill this wall with pictures from our bespoke design retreats. But you wanna have pieces that are big, medium, and small. And a lot of times with the small pieces, I'll show you on another wall, but a lot of time with my small pieces, they're not even art. Maybe it's an antique or something, a collectible piece or sort of heirloom piece that I have on the wall that's very sentimental. So when you add in something that's not technically framed or a piece of art, that gets really interesting in a gallery wall especially. Okay, and then this is something, I mean, you don't have to do exactly this, but antlers are a really good example of 3D art. Be collecting things like that to have in your stash. You can tuck them into your gallery walls. Notice too that this gallery wall, it is wrapping technically around a corner. You can do inside corners and you can do outside corners, and you can do them all up a staircase. Gallery walls are just awesome. anywhere. It would not be complete without talking about a frame Samsung TV. So this is my TV. It looks like a piece of art. There's another brand out there. Oh gosh, I forget the name of it now. But if you go to Sarah at Grace in My Space, she has a cheaper version of the Samsung TV. But this is a fabulous solution for a TV that's flat on the wall. It has a frame. The lighting makes it look like it's a piece of art, and I can change that artwork out seasonally or whenever I want. This is a shot of Frog Pond in Boston, which I have wonderful memories of a trip in Boston. I love Boston. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So that was perfect. I actually put it up for Christmas and it's still up, but I feel like the black and white is so classic that it's working. Okay, this is an example of another 3D option. When I talk about 3D art, I'm talking about antlers, I'm talking about shelves, and hooks are a really good one. And we'll talk about mirrors in a second here, but it doesn't have to be artwork that's by itself. You can like group it in with what's going on. And actually, I feel like all of my art is connected to some bigger focal point. And I mean, hooks and a mirror are perfect to put by a front door. I would always add those by a front door. This is the gallery wall that I was referencing earlier. Now you notice I have two big pieces, and I'll usually put them at a diagonal, and I'll do this out on the floor, okay? And then I've got, let's say, two or three medium size. And I kind of fill in the holes. And then I take my little pieces and I really start filling things in. So you can kind of break this down. And then we have painting businesses in our couple generations back. It's a total family thing. So these are sentimental, and I guess actually I think that's a wallpaper brush. But in my mind, it's representing our family. There's a lot of family symbolism here. This is a family picture. And a lot of this is from the thrift store. Again, you see my love for oil paintings, and I love sketches or etches, however you want to call it. And then black and white photos. I feel like all of that together is such a great combination for wall art. Just always be collecting those. Well, it's 3 p.m., which means it's time for my Beam Glow drink that I have every day. I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, there is this slump that happens for me at 3 o'clock every day. And a lot of people will reach for a latte or something. I want to introduce you to this product here. This product was specifically formulated for hormonal health in women. And every woman that I ask about this topic in particular tells me that they are struggling, that they are tired, they're losing their hair, they can't think clearly, they're dealing with anxiety or depression. And it just makes me wonder, if all of us had our blood work done and we had a hormonal panel and we could look at our endocrine system on paper, would we see underlying issues and deficiencies that could be helped with supplements? I just love that there's a product out there that is going after this particular issue. Glow is made by Beam. It's called Women's Super Powder, and it's packed full of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. The formula is designed to support immunity and metabolism. It contains selenium, which supports your thyroid. Plus, get this, it's caffeine free. So my 3 o'clock slump that I get in every day is met with something called theobromine, which is a natural caffeine alternative, and it ramps up slowly. It doesn't make you crash, and it lasts a lot longer. It's actually so good that I would not want to drink this after 4 p.m. because then I don't know if I could get to sleep at night. So no gluten, no dairy, it's sweetened with stevia. It has all the things that you could want. It comes in 3 different flavors. I've been using this for several months. I've tried all 3 flavors many times. There's strawberry kiwi, there's raspberry, almost out of that one. And then there's blue raspberry. Now, at first I was hesitant to try the blue raspberry because I thought, looks like it has blue dye. I mean, look at this color. This is not a natural color. But then I read on the back that it's actually blue spirulina that's doing the coloring in here, so you don't have to worry about bad dyes. My hair is thicker than it's been in a long time. My nails are totally strong. They were bending and chipping really badly. My skin just continues to get clearer and clearer, and the best part of all is I feel like my energy level is at maybe where it was 10 years ago before I hit menopause. And I had my naturopath tell me that I would never ever have the same energy levels again, that I would only at best get to 80% of my past energy levels, and I have to disagree with her. I can think clearer, I'm not forgetting things, that brain fog is gone, I'm sleeping better. There's ashwagandha in it too, and that will help with hot flashes and insomnia. It's a really incredible combination made for us. So it comes in these stick packs. This is a fabulous packaging design, upside down there. I throw these in my purse, I'll throw them in my carry-on when I'm traveling, and I love having flavored water, especially when I'm traveling, because I don't like the taste of the different waters wherever. You just never know what kind of water you're drinking when you're traveling. And so I will bring something like this, perfect, throw it in your gym bag. So I highly recommend this product. Right now, enjoy 35% off by using my code, which is DEARLY, all capitals, DEARLY35, to get 35 off your next order. And let me know in the comments how you are benefiting from Beam as well. I'd love to hear your stories. Okay, some more 3D suggestions for you. This is actually a tray, a serving tray. And I do these, oh my goodness. This, if you learn anything from this video, you've got to go online and you've got to buy these discs. They're made in England because the English are really good at decorating with plates on the wall. And they're a sticker that you get wet and you stick it on, and then it has this little ring, little D-ring. And I mean, I don't just put them on plates, I put them on all kinds of things. So that's how I'm hanging this tray. You could do baskets if they're flat enough. It'd be pretty to have even like some flowers like spilling out of them. I've seen that on the front door of some homes. That looks fantastic. This is actually a house number, and I just rub and buffed it, but I mean, I got it for $3 at Home Depot. And it's a 4 because I have 4 children. So when you see numbers in my house, a lot of times there's a reason. It warms my heart when I see them, because it's connected to something special in my life. That's what the number 4 means. So you could do something like that that would look really good mixed in a gallery wall. All right, we're in the kitchen now. This is a little corner. And I want to talk about layering art. Sometimes you can get away with that. I love a good chalkboard. I've had this forever. Colby made it for me. And I've since stopped writing on it, but I like it as a good layering piece. This is my little ribbon trick. I think I actually taped the 2 ends of the ribbon here, so it kind of looks like it's holding it, but this is a little faux oil painting technique I did with Mod Podge to give some texture. We made this at Bespoke one year. And again, my gilded gold frame that I love. Okay, so that is a good piece that is like blending into this corner piece. This is my sewing machine. And then behind me, another ribbon, is a poster, and I want to tell you about this. This costs $10 to make. Such a fun little craft. I've made several of these. So this is from Cavallini. I mean, you could use other posters, or this is technically a piece of wrapping paper, but Cavallini is a fantastic company. You will love them if you check them out and see what you think. Lots of different botanical pictures and sort of like seashells and ferns, things that you would pull out of a nature book. And then, so you have your piece, you decide on that. And then I took dowels, and I just got these at Walmart. I cut them to size, and you could use a dark wax, you could use a stain, but I think that's probably overkill. So a dark furniture wax, or even if you have like brown shoe polish might work. And just age the dowels just a little bit. I hot glued them to the top and the bottom. And then this is just a piece of jute twine that I literally took a stapler off the desk. I put knots on both ends, and then I stapled them on the back. There you go. So, I mean, there's all kinds of seasonal things you could do with that, but that's such a fun little very impressive looking piece of art. So there you go. Okay, so this is a good example of 3D wall art, but it's very functional. And I have a piece like this in the kitchen that holds pictures and aprons. And this is sort of the dog zone, and you can tell because I have little old brushes. We put treats in that jar up there. A little dog trophy that I got in Michigan, my recent trip. So you can kind of pick a theme, would be fun if you need to store some things and they're all along, they're all themed. So like dogs, this works really well. In here we have dog coats, we got a leash, we've got some more like nail care type things and snacks. And so this is for the dogs and it looks really nice, and I count it as a wall decoration. And then we have a mirror. I think mirrors are a fabulous option. This I believe I got at a garage sale, and it is heavy. When it's heavy like that and it's beveled, that means it's old. It's the good stuff. So mirrors, I think that anytime you need more light in a room, more natural light especially, bring in mirrors. They actually act like windows. If I'm decorating a space, say I have a room that is off-center, like have a window that's off-centered, and the room really should have been designed with two that would balance, I can have a contractor add a window, or I can, as a more temporary, easier fix, is add a mirror, and it plays with light the same. Or if you want, one side of the room to balance out light from a window that's on the other side. This room has a window on both sides, but if it didn't, I might consider putting a mirror here, and that will help balance out the window. And speaking of mirrors, can I just share with you my favorite mirror in the whole house? Oh, this is a floor mirror. They call it a floor mirror. I found this on Craigslist years ago, back when we all used to be on Craigslist, but I bet you can find one on Facebook Marketplace now. And treat it like an entire wall. I do have it attached to the wall with earthquake safety, a safety kit that we had. That's probably a good idea. And then once you get it in place, then do something at least on one side to decorate in front of it. I feel like that looks really good. So we have a tea cart here with candles and plants, and it's very beautiful. It takes these 3 windows and it makes it look like 6. Okay, come with me. I'm going to show you one more place around the corner that I don't usually share. Okay, this piece isn't technically styled. It's kind of just, I've been kind of throwing things together in here, but I don't mind it. This is fun little angle that you come into before you hit the end of Green Gables room that I'm working on. But what I wanted to point out here is that sometimes wall art isn't even hanging on the wall. It's actually sitting on a mantle or sitting on top of a piano or on top of, this is a file cabinet, and that counts too. In fact, I feel like when you take it off the wall and you just set it down and have it part of the vignette going on, that it really feels collected and cozy. I think that's a really good option. This is from IKEA, got that a long time ago. Now this, I kind of am hesitant to share with you because it's pretty rough. I mean, people have run into these pictures. The book is all, these books, some of them are really yellow. This is old, but I did this years ago, and oh, this is faded too, actually. I made this. The Velveteen Rabbit was a book that I adored when I was little, and I loved reading it with my children, and so this is really sentimental to me. And then I just wanted to create this like sweeping feel with book pages, and I literally took a nail gun. No, not a nail gun. It was my upholstery stapler and some masking tape, and I just put this together. I still like it. I mean, it would be so cute in maybe a playroom or a nursery or a schoolroom. That would be really cute too. But I am thinking in 2026, I'm gonna take this all down and just give it a refresh. But the idea is still good. All right, you've seen one of these already. I really love these bulletin boards. I have 2 of them, and I made a 3rd one that I gave my daughter. I will keep making them, but I just took poster board and linen and one of those discs that we were talking about when you hang plates with. Anyway, super easy, very, very like sophisticated, really subtle, really good piece. And then I kind of change out the pieces throughout the year. Little touches with the seasons. If I find a little trinket, I might pin it on there. This was a locket that was my mom's that I don't really know what to do with. So pieces like that look really good on a bulletin board. Over here, I have another bulletin board. This one I thrifted. I think I got it for $2 or something. Same thing. I treat it the same way. Doesn't really have anything right now, but just little pretty trinkets and ribbons and things throughout the year. And then I have a floor mirror. And then let's get one more space in here. Okay, this isn't actually a wall decoration, but it kind of is. Okay, so you find an easel, you need to get it. This was $7 at a garage sale, and I've had so much fun with this thing. I bet I've had it for 10 years. And people borrow it all the time for weddings and things. So stick that in kind of a lone corner that you want to fill out. And then, I've put it on my porch and everything. Then, okay, here's an idea. We're actually making these at Bespoke, and I am heading to Bespoke in a couple hours. So you are hearing about it the same time that the girls are making these. But I just took a canvas, any size will do. I spray painted it with my favorite spray paint, which is Heirloom White by Rust-Oleum. I buy it by the case. It's perfect, yummy cream color. And then this is what I really love. And I learned this from my friend Jamie Lundstrom. It is to add GIMP. Okay, so you just hot glue it. This is GIMP. It's trim that you use for upholstery and just adds a sweet little interesting touch. Then you Mod Podge, or you can use a transfer or something. And here we go. You know me, and houses that are sketched just speak to me. So that's that. Okay, birds. Another thing that I love, round frames that are really distressed. I love those. And then plates. We haven't talked about plates. It has the disc on it, but it wasn't hanging exactly straight. So I took a little poster putty and I have it on the bottom there, so I don't want to rip it off. But poster putty and those discs will kind of like make everything look straight and good. So plates are lovely. Platters, you know, I think that they do make really good pieces to add into gallery walls and things. I normally don't put plates in a bedroom because technically you're not really supposed to be eating in there. I think they look better in kitchens and dining rooms, maybe living rooms too. But that is always an option. Always look at your beautiful plates and think about using them for wall decor. And then for this fall, I did a little more on this side of the wall than usual because I wanted to showcase a wraparound gallery wall. So class pictures that are black and white, oh, those are so sweet. This is not just a random one. So this piece is actually our family, a family piece, but you can find these on eBay or whatever. And I didn't like the color of the mat, so I just painted it. I do that a lot. I don't know if it looks that great, but it works. And then this I think I bought this at Bespoke last year when we were in Virginia. So just an estate that's sketched, really beautiful. And so I hope you got a bunch of ideas and you enjoyed that. You feel like you know what you're looking for, and you've got kind of a game plan for different places in your house. And send me pictures of what you end up doing with like these corner gallery walls and things. I would love to see that. I have a whole group called Behind the Scenes, but we delve into interior design and have a Bible study and things, and focus a lot, like talk a lot like this in class. So if that's something you would love to be a part of, there'll be a link in the description below. And otherwise, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week, and let's get together next week. Okay, take care. I'll talk to you soon.